Hello everyone. In this video, what I really want to say is it's over. I believe that the coronavirus situation, the COVID situation, I think that it's over. It may have already been over a while ago. Um, what I mean by that is if we look at the graphs of new cases in most countries, the new cases are coming down daily, the new daily cases. So we'll still see deaths happening, unfortunately, and and probably we'll still be off lockdown or whatever for a little while. But the actual new cases are down. In a lot of countries, the peak has been reached and everything's went down. So the what the experts say is that flus and other respiratory viral diseases like that, that they show like a kind of graph like that where they go up kind of exponentially, they hit a peak, and then they start to come down, and that's a reflection of the virus going through the population, and most people don't show any symptoms, and a small amount of people show symptoms, and a small amount of people out of that die, and that's what happens when flus come through, new flus come through a country. So it looks like that's happened already in most countries. If you go and have a look at, you can just go on Google, go to coronavirus or whatever, COVID-19 cases, it'll show you a graph thing. You can select almost any country. And a lot of the European countries are already coming down. The UK, the US are coming down slower, it seems. But a lot of the other countries are already, they've went up like that and now they're way back down again. Thailand here has done that, but I mean it's very few cases in Thailand. Australia's done that, very few cases. South Africa, Germany, obviously South Korea, China. So a lot of these places have already went through this, it seems. Did the social distancing, is that what made it work? Was it the lockdown? I mean, that's probably what we're going to be told because such drastic action was taken. But what if it was just going to happen like that anyway? Did it really make any huge difference? That's maybe a question we won't know the answer to for a while. So I'm looking at that information, looking at all those graphs, and I'm like, a couple of weeks ago, when you looked at those graphs, they were just going up, going up, going up. Now they're all coming down, and some of them are coming down rapidly, and it just feels like this is over. And the question now is what happens after this? Maybe we're going to stay in lockdown for a little bit, but so much temporary like change, and to some extent real damage has been done to people's lives in the short term. Loads of stress, lots of people thinking they were going to lose their job or actually losing their job, not knowing what they're going to do. Businesses and whole industries like really being put under major pressure. A lot of people sacked, a lot of rash action taken by people that got scared. Obviously the stock market coming down, who cares about that? It's only really the very rich that worry about that. But, but for everyone else, like, this has had such an impact on people's lives. Has it had a good impact overall? Could you say that, dolphins came back to Italy and all these things? It was a bit of a break. Is that something we need to do more often? Do we need to do this once a year? Just have a time where we say, right, everyone just stops. Everything stops, we all just stay at home for a while. Is that something we should do more often? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interesting science that'll come out of it, lots of interesting information about what happens when, like the climate change thing. This is a great example where we might be able to see some really interesting statistics to prove more climate change or prove it less or whatever. It's not my area of expertise, but it's been a fascinating time. But my feeling today is that it's over, that the worst is done. It's time to get back to real life and reality. I think that's what's going to happen very, very rapidly. Now, are they going to keep the lockdown going? Are they going to keep on showing the death rates? And showing, oh look, people are dying still and all that. Yeah, it's going to show that still. Are the media still going to try and use this to keep on exploiting people and putting more eyeballs to their websites and their papers and stuff? Yeah, they are. The media has probably made an absolute killing in this time. Probably more people than ever have been going to news websites. And even people that probably didn't buy newspapers were probably buying some newspapers in this time to get more information. And people have been probably watching the television more because they're in and they're not going out and whatever else. Have we lost faith in the media? Will we believe in the media less because of this? Or did we take the right action? Or was this just a flu? We did a webinar a couple of weeks ago and Dr. Doug Graham said it's a flu. It's a flu. At that point I was like, I think he's not taking this seriously enough. And now I'm starting to think maybe he was right all along. Maybe this was just a flu that, if no one had said anything, would have just made its way through the population as usual, and people would have died. But people do die from the flu, So was it a big difference? I don't think we'll know that 100% for sure for a while. So anyway, I'm feeling good. It's been an interesting time to live through for sure. This has not happened to anyone who's alive. Basically, no one's ever experienced this. Our parents, our grandparents, no one's ever experienced this lockdown. Some people have been alive during wars and things, and that's happened. But this is slightly different. Well, this is obviously a lot different to a war. A global pandemic, a global shutdown, a global lockdown. It's been fascinating. It's been scary. It's been worrying, and there's been all these ideas of like the whole summer, everything's going to shut down for the summer. That's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen now. Obviously, that was sad for me because we might have had to cancel the fruit festival, and I was kind of sad about that. But I'm totally optimistic now it's all going to happen. And it's funny because a lot of other events, a lot of things have shut down. A lot of major, huge events shut down. Why? Did they have to? Probably not. It's now looking like they probably shouldn't have. Glastonbury Festival, the Euro Championships, the Olympics, stuff like that. They probably didn't have to shut at all. I'm feeling good about things. I'm looking forward to the summer. I'm looking forward to the UK Fruit Fest. I'm looking forward to seeing my friends in Woodstock. And now I know I'm going to be able to go to the US for sure. This lockdown isn't lasting. It's all going to stop. The cases are going to come down so low. It's going to be silly. So it's great. It's good news. I hope you're all well. I hope you've stayed well. Hope none of you got affected by it. The question really for me is, was this the right way for us to deal with this? Should we have just isolated the vulnerable people, the old people, isolated the care homes, the vulnerable people in hospital, totally isolated them, like no more people can come in and see them, because that's probably what killed a bunch of people. Why would it be essential for someone to go and visit their old grandparent? Maybe that wasn't a good idea. So Anyway, it's over.